my confidence in performing my religious worship, which is ibadah. And then the second is A1. I need halal cosmetic as I believe it is a form of obedience in avoiding the consumption of haram ingredients in cosmetic products. So basically, A4 and A1 are the most prominent factor on why consumers in Brunei is in need of halal cosmetic. For the B1, the statement B1, it specifies exclusively onto consumers' perception towards having a wider option of halal cosmetics in Brunei, so it's scored quite high. With a mean score of 4.60 with a standard deviation of 0.721. Now discussion alongside with conclusion. The most significant factor affecting the consumer's needs towards halal cosmetic in Brunei is the capability contributed by halal cosmetics to the consumer's confidence in performing their ibadah or religious worship. So this finding could possibly be resulted by the major participation of Muslim respondents in the survey, which is mainly 99.7%. The study has also disclosed that consumers believe that through the use of halal cosmetic, it acts as a form of obedience, ta'ah, in avoiding the consumption of haram ingredients in cosmetic products. This could further be implied that consumers in Brunei have positioned religious belief prominently as a strong factor reasoning their needs towards the consumption of halal cosmetic goods. Consumers has also shown positive needs towards the halal cosmetic goods in which they need the products to be accessed easily in Brunei. So how to achieve higher accessibility of halal cosmetics in Brunei? So the limited availability of this niche cosmetic items in Brunei is currently experienced by consumers, whether for local halal cosmetics or international halal cosmetics. So this figure right here shows the author's opinion that the issuance of halal logo to the local cosmetic products could bolster the growth of our halal cosmetic industry by creating a wider accessibility for the local consumers to use more of halal cosmetics. Although halal brand image could not confirm that consumers will buy halal cosmetic, the author still believes that the easy access of halal cosmetic industry in the country would still be an aid to the growth of the local Brunei halal cosmetic beauty industry. So to conclude, the easy accessibility could be achieved through one, further encouragement in issuing Brunei's halal logo to the local cosmetic products apart from exclusively focusing on importation of international halal cosmetic products into the country. So the study contributes to the understanding that consumers are indeed in need of halal cosmetic with more choices of halal cosmetic brands in Brunei. So these positive results could be of aid in strengthening the strategic positioning of Brunei's own halal cosmetic industry. That's all from me. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much. Very well time managed. Do you have any question?
So basically, right now we have a growing number.
This research has enriched the understanding that customer involvement activities, both with the concept of participation, cooperation, and the concept of co-creation using the SD logic perspective, have a positive effect on satisfaction, and then this satisfaction affect loyalty. This means that this influence can occur both in business organizations, for example banking, self-service technology, as well as in higher education organization. Okay. In the context of higher education, it's important to encourage co-creative activity to increase satisfaction and subsequently increase student loyalty. The focus of this co-creative activity is on the interaction between student and lecturer as the main basis of the concept, and so the importance of looking at the perspective of student activity as a determinant of satisfaction. Student satisfaction does not only come from lecture and study program, but is more a reflection of what students themselves do. Apart from that, this research also enriches the elaboration of the dimension of co-creative activities that most dominantly influence satisfaction, namely the activity of providing feedback. Implication, managerial, and suggestion. Thus, once more. In higher education services, especially in management program, Hajj and Umrah management program study, the role of co-creative value in the form of learning value, relational values, and enjoyment values, and the role of trust in lecture in the form of trust in honesty, ability, and kindness of lecture becomes important as a determining factor in student satisfaction. To lecture, who will then determine their loyalty to the study program they are following. Thus, the main Hegel education service are: it should be able to create co-creation value in the form of learning value, relational value, and enjoyment value, and the role of trust in lecture in the form of trust in honesty, ability, and kindness of lecture, so that it can create student satisfaction with lecture, which will then determine their loyalty to the study program they are following. Okay, and presentation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, we give time to Professor to take a drink at the break. Then we will have more or less about 5 minutes for discussion. But anyway, now we have one more presenter coming from Malaysia. But anyway, we still have time because we have to finish this session at 4:30. We are going back to the same hall for closing. And then now we have 5 minutes. Jadi saya begin gini. The question can be in English, can be in Thai, can be in Malay, can be in whatever, or Indonesian, as long as the presenter can communicate or discuss, because to the higher volume of discussion, and also to field international bilingual.
View the headmaster, and this is the result of the interview. Okay, he said teachers in private school, in sekolah agama, it is religion-based school, like our madrasah, or we call that our madrasah is MTS. Yeah. MTS stand for Madrasah Sanawiyah, junior secondary school, Islamic junior secondary school, Madrasah Sanawiyah, while senior is Madrasah Aliyah. Yeah. Don't get training opportunities from the dinas, yeah, local government education, and only in the state school provide some trainings. Guru Negeri, government paid teacher, they are called in our regular training programs like PPG. That is a preparation for a teacher, yeah, because when they graduate from S1 degree, yeah, maybe not equipped with this kind of training. Yeah. As a result, we realized that many teachers would never have the opportunity to receive training. So there were also numerous teachers who were not qualified. They are not even underqualified. They are completely unqualified. Yeah, as I tell you, they can say hello, good morning, and goodbye, and the yayasan, the kiai, yeah, call upon them and said, okay, tomorrow you will be teaching English. you will teach English. Yeah, that is the problem of selection. So the selection is not based on their capacity, capability, and competencies, but from Kiai is the one that very authoritative in this way that if he or he appoint you to be a teacher, you be a teacher. Yeah. Okay, so you cannot avoid from appointment by the This one is data 2 from observation. The teacher, most teachers were not ready with new curriculum because our government now assigned the new curriculum named Curriculum Merdeka. And to replace the curriculum 13, yeah, curriculum K13, yeah, and all is not achieved, yeah, semuanya belum tercapai, it's not achieved. So there is in Indonesian humor that saying that ganti menteri, ganti curriculum. So there is a kind of a satirical humor, yeah, to say that. When you change minister, you change the curriculum. So you know that you have a good program. Okay, this is the inequality of madrasah in state school, state madrasah, and private madrasah. This data is taken in 2016. Ini foto saya tahun 2016. Yeah. This is the difference. Yeah. Ada yang state run. Yeah. The left hand is state run sekolah negeri. Yeah. All are managed by the government, while the other school, the other madrasah is not. Yeah. Yeah, this is the classroom situation in the state-run school, yeah. You know this one? Yeah, ini private and rural area, yeah. Rural area and private in the village, very long from city, very long away from city. Then, yeah, this is the situation of the classroom, and this is yeah, we need to build facilities. Yeah. Okay. In this situation, if there is question about can curriculum
to purchase the meat without having any doubts on its authenticity or quality. So this, in fact, could increase the profit of the halal meat production. So therefore, if no halal logo being displayed during the sale, it would immediately cast suspicion on the consumers, which could then affect their decision to purchase the meat. So basically, they wouldn't want to buy the meat if there is no halal logo. Okay, so the conclusion. Here, we know that it is important to label halal logo on meat where it is crucial to Muslim consumers. And then it also gives a massive impact to the producers in terms of its purchasing decision, trust and confidence, awareness, quality assurance, and its traceability. And we know also it is a producer's duty to protect the country and people from consuming ambiguous meat. Since actually Brunei, during the COVID time, we were facing smuggling of meat. So that's why it is important for the producers to more emphasize on the regulation to protect the country. And then moving on, the assurance. So halal label meat, the procedures from farm to consumption point was observed. And so last one, the hadith narrated by Anas, the striving to earn halal is compulsory for every Muslim. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
ago or more than that, why we not approach these Muslim tourists to visit the Muslim communities? And the study found that they are not having a capacity to welcome the Muslim tourists. So what I found that, I think the next slide will be explained more clearly. I found that Ayutthaya recognized as the World Heritage Site since UNESCO already awarded in 1991. So more people are coming, more tourists are coming to visit the site because the name itself recognized as the World Heritage. I would like to invite everyone, my friend, my colleague who came, would like to bring you all to see and explore, your tourist destinations in Ayutthaya, and then you will find that we have a lot of things to do in Ayutthaya for halal tourism. The objective of my study is to study the capacity of Muslim community in Pratnakhon Si, Ayutthaya. Actually, Pratnakhon Si is the full name, but we used to call the short name as Ayutthaya for halal tourism arrangement. To analyze the Muslim community for development as the Muslim tourist attraction, and to propose potential halal tourism of Muslim community in Ayutthaya with concerned department. So the study tried to find out what way that the community, how we can improve the capacity of the Muslim community living nearby the island, which I show you, to have a capacity to welcome more Muslim tourism. What we can do for the halal tourism. What is halal tourism? Halal tourism, we have to concern about accommodations. We have to concern about where they have to pray. We have to concern about their food. So for the Muslim community, we have all. But the thing is that what is the condition we have? We might not having a capacity to welcome them, to arrange them
2 minutes left.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. Sorry. I will go a little bit quickly. The methodology, I approach with literature review, halal survey, in-depth interview, field study on halal food, accommodation facility. We found that in Ayutthaya, just only one halal hotel are there. Wanida Resort. It is not the hotel, it's called as a resort, but very, I think that can be accommodated most of the, number of tourists that can stay in this resort. We explore what is the place that we can accommodate for food. This is in our place. Are you willing to go there? Yeah, you are interested, right? So we approach the community-based tourism in terms of concept of study. Historical-based tourism and halal tourism, this is the concept of my study. The reason why I consider, number one, there is a high capacity of cultural and resources. Number two, there are many historical places located near to Muslim village. Number three, the community is the center of learning for multicultural society. Number four, only the communities around Ayutthaya city have potential to develop the halal community tourism. Okay? I think that I have to skip this because my time is very limited. And if you just...
Yeah, you need to really conclude.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is just simple, upload, just click to our Google Map. For the halal foods, this is the island where I show you, right? So you will see the halal food is on around, but some name is still Thai name. So no foreigner will go there, right? Because they don't know what it is, but actually there is halal food over here. Then my conclusion, I found two communities for developing the capacity of halal tourism. Number one is the village of Lumpli. Okay, there are 3,000 population, 65% of Muslim and 35% of Buddhism. What they have a historical site and they have their prominent cultures, which can be attractions to the Muslim tourists. They have also a wonderful, food which decorated, prepared by their own villagers. They have also historical site along with the historical site of the Ayutthaya city. They also have masjid or mosque, which is quite famous, Masjid Nurun Yamal. And we found the other ones, that is my place. Khong Tekian, about 4,000 population, 85% of Muslim and 15% are Buddhism. What we have, we found that the things remain in my village. I try to visit.
In the field of foreign language learning, but after this maybe we will do like a survey, something like that in many higher education, in many university. Okay, for the theoretical framework we use quality improvement and also Islamic higher education. For Arabic and English actually, in the university they should learn English and Arabic as a compulsory subject, but maybe for credit, I think, for credit once a week. Can you imagine only once a week, 2 hours to learn English and Arabic? After they graduate from the university, they can speak but passive, not active. They can speak, they can write, or maybe they can read English, they can read Arabic, but sometimes they speak only little. They don't speak like fluently, no, because they don't have enough time to learn Arabic or English in active. So about foreign language learning, we have Islamic education curriculum. So they learn English and Arabic based on Islamic curriculum. So they learn about how to say salat, how to say wudu in English, and also it's like ablution, something like that, pray, something like that. We teach the university student how to say in English, and then how to translate from Arabic into English. For example, like many terms in Arabic we should explain in English, because they learn in Islamic university, so they have to know about that one. And also English program in Islamic higher education, they learn only maybe 2 semesters, each semester only 2 hours, and after that they learn different subjects. All right, and this is the result from our library research. We have some strategies to consider for mastering the English language. First, curriculum enhancement. I think we need to make like a policy in the university, or maybe the government, especially the Ministry of Education, just like Pak Imam said, different minister, different curriculum. All right, we have curriculum Merdeka. Merdeka means free. You can do anything if you want to learn in different school, in different university. Maybe you can learn that. We need like maybe like just like CFR, Common European Framework. I think we need to adjust with that, and also with language proficiency standard. We have TOEFL, you know TOEFL, and also we don't use IELTS in our country. They usually use TOEFL. Every university students, they should take the TOEFL test if they want to graduate. And the score, I think, in my university, 400, around 420, something like that. But mostly they should take the test more than 2 times. Because for the first time, maybe they only get 350 something, so they have to take the second test or the third test, yeah. And also language immersion programs. I think they should learn English in the classroom. The lecturers should use maybe 2 languages, like bilingual school, yeah. So sometimes they switch to Indonesian and then switch to English or Arabic. So again, the university students can understand about that languages, because if they only read in English, read in Arabic, how come they can speak? Yeah, they have to speak. But sometimes when I teach them, if I ask them with English, sorry ma'am, I'm sorry, can I answer in Indonesian? They understand, but they are afraid to speak English. They're afraid if they make a mistake, yeah. Okay, and also digital learning resources. I ask them, maybe sometime my students, I ask them to learn English using like maybe website, useful website, TikTok or something, YouTube and something like to learn English or Arabic, yeah. Research and publication. I think this is very important. The student, we must encourage students to publish in the international journal, or maybe they should apply for like for seminar or workshop in international seminar, something like that. Collaborative partnership. This is very important. We have foreign students from Philippines, Thailand, and also Malaysia. Some of them, they cannot speak Indonesian. So from the Philippines, they cannot speak Indonesian or Malay. So our students, yeah, this is like the chance for them, yeah, to speak English actively with their friend from a foreign country. And also extracurricular activities, maybe we should provide like English clubs, yeah, in our university and also maybe in our school, English club to speak English, and also maybe Arabic club, something like that. And also public speaking and presentation skills. This is very important as well. We have to add something like with the subject about public speaking and also presentation skills. This is very important, especially for academic writing. They should learn how to present the paper, and also how to become like a moderator and also master of ceremony in English or Arabic. Yeah. All right. How about the Arabic language? We have some strategies for mastering the Arabic language. Issuing a policy on the establishment of an Arabic language environment. So this is very important. I think the university and also the government should make like the environment. They should make like Arabic club, or maybe one day speak Arabic, for example, like that. One day, maybe once a week, they have to speak Arabic, and also once a week they should speak English, something like that. We should build like a language environment and providing some stuff, something like that. And also second is providing professional teachers of Arabic in both quantity and quality. We have a lecturer graduated from Al-Azhar University as well. We also have some lecturer from Madinah University, Mecca, something like that. But still, we need a language environment. Yeah, this is very important. And also changing the negative image of Arabic. What does it mean? It means that mostly Indonesian people think that Arabic language is very difficult to learn. So how come we encourage them? No, Arabic is easy. How come? We should make like some strategies to encourage them to learn Arabic. I learned Arabic since I was in the elementary school. I can read, but sometimes I couldn't speak because I never speak Arabic. Maybe just when I pray, something like that, yeah. But inactive, I cannot. I understand if some people from Saudi or some people in Arabic countries speak Arabic, but sometimes I can answer, sometimes I can't, because I never get used to speak Arabic. it's different from here. This is in Thailand. Many people in Thailand, I think, from foreign students, I think they can speak Arabic. Yeah, they can speak just like you, because you were born in Mecca. Yeah, so you can speak Arabic, and also you can speak English as well. Yeah, that's good.
Create familiar condition and situation. Yeah, we have to familiarize with Arabic environment, as I said. Sometimes if we study in madrasah, yes, we have the environment. But after graduating from madrasah, it's quite hard to find the partner or to find someone who can speak Arabic or someone who can speak English. Provide reward and punishment. It means that if the lecturer or teacher could encourage the student, if you can speak Arabic in 15 minutes, I give you something. Yeah, sometimes students will speak if the lecturer gives some reward. Yeah, and also, okay, if you don't speak Arabic now in this hour or in my class, I will give you.
ออกภาษาไทยเมื่อกี้เพราะว่าอยู่เมืองไทยมา2 วันพูดไทยได้ผมอยู่เมืองไทย2 วันพูดไทยได้สบายๆ Okay, if he or she does not the same, then their behavior will be rational. Then consumer will be set or you reach the point of equilibrium. In the other word, the achievement of maximum satisfaction is the primary goal of consumer or economic man. That idea. You really okay? Next. Okay. The same thing with firm. They just want to achieve the maximum profit. So they are trying to achieve the concept of 3 months, as I told you. Optimum output, the maximum profit, and then minimum loss, minimum cost. That means in economic activities, for the whole structure of economic, capitalist economy, just want to achieve at 3 months. You are dealing with the output must be optimum. Optimum meaning no more, no less. You have to chop at the particular moment, the particular point. That's called optimality. If you go to that particular point, you have to get the maximum profit. If the profit is the loss, you get the minimum loss. And then that particular point, you have to cost at the minimum cost. Okay. Okay. In the same line, worker. If you are the worker, then okay, you are the worker, you also try to get the maximum leisure. In terms of workers, you try to get the maximum leisure.
Before we go into that, I would like to present that what we have to improve all entrepreneurs in our country. The first thing is the knowledge of halal and expertise, understanding of halal, and also secure business enterprise to provide service of halal tourism in Thailand. That brought you to see the purpose of this study. Our study, the first objective, to study the potential and business readiness of tourism industry and entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs we divided into 4 business groups. We can say like that. The first one is accommodation or hotel. The second, restaurant. Third, tour. And the last is spa or wellness business. Okay. We study by survey on 239 samples. Okay. And after that, we study about the gap of knowledge. Okay, and then we create a course and training them to promote, develop tourism industry business, and also personal and operator, even the owner, to meet halal standard, to support the Muslim tourists in Muslim lifestyle. The methodology of our study, we conducted both quantitative and qualitative. The population and samples in qualitative study 239, as I said before, hotel, restaurants, tourism business, and health businesses in Trang and Krabi. Trang and Krabi is the province, in Trang and Krabi province. Okay, they are from south of Thailand. Okay, and key informants of qualitative study. We will collect data from 80 entrepreneurs in the tourism and service industry, representative agency, and also government section. Okay, in the before last, okay, conclusion of our study, we found that entrepreneurs in Trang and Krabi provinces, okay, for 4 group of businesses, most of them, okay, have medium level on potential and readiness. You can see the score. We totally 5, right? We just like go on like to not medium but become in the low side. Okay, that means that we have to develop them and give them more knowledge. If you ask me about who come in to our training at that day, mostly they are from Buddhists. They are from Buddhists. They are Buddhists, and some of them are Muslim. Okay, but still they have interesting so much, and very happy to join at that training. Okay, we're going again. Our study found that all of them, 239 entrepreneurs, have medium level of potential and readiness. The first one is they are ready. Okay, they have potential in restaurant business. And second, tourism business. Third, healthcare or spa business. And the last one is hotel business.
Yeah, I need to conclude, yeah.
Okay, and the last slide already. Okay, then when we know how ready and what they have problem from that study by survey, okay, the method of our method not only for quantitative only, we have quality also. We have give them ask them for some question, interview them, okay, then we create our course for training, okay, then the output is there. Most of them need a content on training by the first one, guidelines for applying for halal certification.
On Muslim religiosity among
Second,
young adults,
halal tourism and future world tourism.
In Kuala Lumpur.
That
So I'm a senior
if they don't know
lecturer,
these matters, nothing to motivate
University
them
College of
to
Mawib
like
International. So Mawib is actually Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan. So
and
under
the
the state of Wilayah Persekutuan, we have Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, and Labuan. Okay, so under this introduction next. So I'm basically focused on the psychology and also the application part of da'wah for young adults. But I'm not on the research on the strategy, but only the concept of the impact. So I want to study on the impact of the concept of psychology of da'wah, because if we are in a psychology, actually the psychology of da'wah is just a new term. Okay, it's just a new term, not like psychology of social, adult psychology, psychology of learning, but psychology of da'wah, where we apply the behavior modification in a da'wah setting. Next. So, as we know that young adults, like all of you, not you, but behind there, 18 to 25, you have a lot of crises, right? You have a lot of crises, right? You don't have a crisis? Okay. For example, you have the identity crisis. You don't know whether what you want to be, whether you want to be a lecturer or teacher. We don't know. Okay? That's the age. Or you also don't know whether you want to take the halal industry or Islamic finance or engineering. You just follow the takdir. Okay? So this is all the crisis and personality impact towards yourself. So all of this problem, pressure, maybe affect your religiosity. Okay, when you have a problem, you have a stress level, so you don't know whether you want to follow on the religiosity part or not. Somehow when you follow the friends which is apart from the religion, you will be apart from the religion, correct? Okay, so psychology da'wah has been chosen in exploring young adults. Next. Okay, what mean of psychology? Psychology is the study of behavior, the study of how you process your mental. It's not mean that I can read your mind. Okay? I can't read your mind, okay? But we study about the cognitive process and behavior of human being. And all of you know what is da'wah, is the spread good things and refrain bad things. Based on the ayah, ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal mau'izatil hasanah wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. So that's why in this we take a psychology of da'wah as the one of the strategy in modify the behavior of young adults. Okay, my research questions, does the psychology of da'wah have an impact on Muslim religiosity among young adults? My objective, to examine the impact of psychology of da'wah on Muslim religiosity, and my hypothesis, psychology of da'wah gives impact on Muslim religiosity. Next. It is very easy, it's a quantitative research where I have a sample design using stratified sampling, random sampling for young adults who study in private higher education in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. So I took about 496 of Muslim students using Google Forms. So I will ask the question on psychology of da'wah and also the Muslim religiosity. Two of these I'm using the inventory, psychology of da'wah, using the inventory from Fariza Muhammad Sham. Muslim religiosity, using Muslim religiosity personality inventory. They have 22 items. So they answer the questions, and then I'm using SPSS and also Smart PLS. So this is quantitative research. Next. So the result is, can you just, my dear girls, can you just press? Okay. Oh, no, back there. Okay. Research objective achieved. Okay. Research objective achieved, where this is, I'm using a Smart PLS. First, we have to do the measurement model to get all the scale 0.7 and above. So when it is confirmed, then we do a structural model to look whether the psychology of da'wah have impact on Muslim religiosity. Sorry, it's not balanced personality, Muslim religiosity. Next. So what is the psychological factor when we want to approach young adults? We look on their identity, means that the demography. what is their background, economic, social, what is their education, how they are socialized with the friends, and how is their cognitive process. But then we as a da'i or the person who are called people to do good things, we not just go to the people and say, hey, you are like this, hey, you know this is azab, this is health, this is not good. We're not approaching like that. So under the psychology of da'wah, first we have to look on this aspect. Next. So the effectiveness of this enhancing religiosity depend to emotional support. When you, for example, young adults, they have delinquency, the behavior delinquency or do bad things. We must understand their emotional first. We support them because most of the young adults who involved in the bad things, they are actually come from a broken family. That's most of them. Okay? So if we just come to them and say that, hello, this is not good, this is haram, this is hell, this is not in paradise, they will not hear you, right? Rather than you approach them first, and after that you give, when they have attached your heart and her or his heart, then you can educate, give awareness, and do a personalized approach to them. Okay, next. So what is the challenge? Of course, a cultural barrier. For example, me, a Malay, Kuala Lumpur, and Malay from Indonesia, they have a different culture. So I have to understand their culture first before I approaching them. People, for example, they are resistant to change because they said, this is a good thing I did. How you want to come here and you want to change me? So this is the challenge. And last, the stereotypes or the misunderstanding. So our part is to make a gap close, make the barrier of this gap close. Next. So under this topic, for the next research, I asked for the inclusion of the practice of psychology of da'wah in the activities and training, and provide a latest skill under psychology, theoretical approach, and maybe it's not only for young adults, but maybe for the rest. And this is where the psychology and da'wah have integrated, and both are two disciplines, a new disciplines approach that we want to encounter. Next. Then, of course, this contribute to the youth group empowerment, community events, and knowledge resources. Next. And the conclusion, when we want to approach anybody, we have to understand them first, without giving a barrier for our da'wah more effective and more impact to the young adults. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Suleza Idris. I have a question because here are many youths.
Don't lie, okay? Don't expect that your approach make them far away from you. Just for example, you touch their heart first, as what Rasulullah did. For example, in adab, in your attire, for example, in your behavior, in your personality. So touch their heart first, then after that, you just show them that you are a good Muslim, you are good to do this and that. Inshallah, they will follow you. That's all.
Thank you. My name is Hammam. I'm from UIN Salatiga. Hammam.
Hammam.
Yeah, Himma.
Himma? Lemah lembut.
Okay. Based on your research, then I have a question. Which one do you recommend? Dakwah bil hal or bil
listen to approach the student, the young people.
Okay.
Because you see that they have, as you are saying, that they have a crisis in the thought and the personality.
Okay.
So how to approach them? Which one is better, Pilhal or Pilisan? Thank you.
Okay. First of all, doctor, I'm not saying that
second is the Halal Standard, Halal Standard Institute, Dr. Pakon. And the
you have to teach them first, okay? But you use a
Pakon University. You can see in this slide, we're starting for the Halal at 1948. For the Shaykhul Islam conducted halal certification to a part of the chicken export to the Middle East. So the entrepreneur, they want to certification for the halal. So this is the first step for the Thailand. And then we have the Codex Halal Standard. We have the set up the regulation in 2001. Set the regulation for the halal certification. And we have, in 2003, Thai government provide the financial support in initiating the development of halal HACCP HACCP system. And also the establishment of the Halal Standard Institute of Thailand. The Royal Thai Cabinet granted a budget for the establishment of the Halal Science Center in this year, 2003. In Thailand, we have the two, law. First is Royal Acts, the Administration of Islamic Organization, 1997. And then in Thailand, for this Royal Act has given authority to CCOT to set up the regulation for halal certification as following. And this is the halal product approved by CCOT. We have around 150,000 products has approved by CCOT in 2020. And for the halal export, we have around 30,000 million US dollar for the 2019 to export the halal for abroad. And this is the halal exporter for the world ranking. Thailand has the rank number 12 in 2020. You can see this certification, we have two certifications. The left side is from the province, and the right side from the CCOT. You can see this logo, halal logo. This certification signed by the Shaykhul Islam, and this certification signed by chairman of the Islamic Committee, province, Islamic Committee of province. And this is the procedure of the way to get a halal logo in Thailand. It's just complicated and take a long time because I am actually lecturer in this university, and also I am a halal auditor for some province. Okay. So we know very well for this aspect. And now after 19 pandemics, COVID pandemic, SICOL available website to submit application because they want to use the paper, fused paper or paperless. Submit application through website, and we have application mobile also. Okay, to check, to scan, we can scan barcode and we can know this is halal fakes or not, like that.
I'm the last one. Maybe I will the one, only one who stand and present. Okay. My name is Vithaya Phayayam. It's real Thai name. Vithaya Phayayam. Okay, but not. Vithaya and surname Phayayam. My family name. Phayayam. But when we introduced to our friend in Indonesia or Malaysia, you can call me Pak Sodik. Sodik, nama saya Sodik. So, for international conference, maybe I will talk in 3 languages. If I don't know how to say in English, I will Indonesia. And if I don't know how to say in Indonesia, I will say in Thai. Okay. Now I am a PhD student at PSU, Prince of Songkla University, and for Islamic Science faculty in Patani campus. Yes. This is our topic about lesson study. Lesson study is one of the innovation to develop teacher development, to develop teacher. I'm interested in Islamic teacher, Islamic study teacher. In the southern border province, as we know, one of the quite hard and like lazy to study is Islamic study subject, and maybe many students sometimes sleep in the class or malas, lazy. So, and also our Islamic teacher, they don't have any new technique to enhance their students. This is the one innovation. I mean, lesson study. We know about lesson study was from Japan, and also, I think Indonesia some also know this one, lesson study. Yes, because the first time I know lesson studies, I heard from my friend from Indonesia, but when I came back to Thailand, in Thailand also have lesson study, but in another subject, in mathematics subject, only mathematics. So this study for Islamic teacher, I am the director of our Andaman Anatolian Technology College in Satun, yes, Satun, Songkla, yes, Trang, Okay, lesson study lesson study is from Japan, and when came to Thailand by Dr. Maitri in Prasit. Now he is vice president of Khon Kaen University, and in southern Thailand we have a network of Thailand lesson study and incorporated open approach at Thaksin University in Songkhla. But they were only in mathematics, not for Islamic study. But for my thesis in PhD now, I will try in for Islamic study teacher in southern Thailand. This is about lesson study. Lesson study is teaching professional for profession, focusing on student problem about development of teaching profession. This is the main of lesson study. This is the second of lesson study. Just only plan together, co-plan, cooperated collaboration, co-plan and co-do and co-reflection or co-see. I don't want to talk much about lesson study, but my study is about the objective is to study the general condition of school lesson study implementation and impact of lesson study on the management of academic affairs of Islamic study teaching, about only for Islamic study teaching. The result was when school practice lesson study in the school. In this Islamic school, in private Islamic school in Thailand, we know that we start to know about this, and mulai ambil lesson study ini 2004, and the second is private school in the southern Thailand border province has started to know lesson study melalui network of fakultas pendidikan di Thaksin University di Songkhla. Itu satu tempat satu unit yang penting. Jadi yang boleh sekolah private Islam ataupun pesantren, mungkin pesantren atau sekolah swasta Islam di selatan. Jadi mulai kenal melalui inilah fakultas pendidikan di Thaksin. And what they know, they have understood that lesson study promote professional development through the professional learning community, the development of teaching, innovation, thinking-based teaching, and foster confidence in student presentation. What they know. It has been also found that the concept Islamic principle facilitate the successful and smooth implementation of lesson study. Lesson study main is we buat jamaah, jadi team, bukan individual. When they plan for doing teaching plan, they have team. Saya ada satu subjek untuk saya, tapi ada kawan teacher, team jadi co-teaching, team teaching, bantu plan. When sudah plan masuk kelas, ada juga yang ikut dan observe. Apabila selesai mengajar, ada reflection, tim itu reflection lagi. Okay. About impact of using lesson study with academic affair. I'm into 6 area of academic affair. About academic program and assurance, it can be able to meet international. Jadi only lesson study, it can be able to meet internal and external quality assurance standard. By this, if pelajar gurunya kerjasama, jadi quality assurance di dalam internal and external, jadi boleh sampai taraf yang kita nak. Curriculum management, it has cost on stakeholder both executive. Mungkin sebelum ini kepala sekolah tidak padu ya. Nah, tidak berpanduman. Jadi interest mungkin tidak tertarik, tidak apa nama,ไม่สนใจno. Jadi tidak monitor, mungkin kepala sekolah apabila masuk sekolah tidak masuk kelas, tidak ikut, tidak ya kurang monitoring di kelas, kurang monitor controlling apa ya. Tapi bila ini eksekutif atau kepala sekolah mulai tengok,
sacredness will apply from generation to other generations. Since that the Kiai Slamet is perceived by people in Solo, so they think this has a sacred things like a Kiai Slamet, yeah. And also they get special treatment, and the heredities of Kiai Slamet get special treatment, and also they coming from the Keraton place, yeah. The Keraton is the palace in Solo, yeah. And the second conclusion, that the environment, we see that the Keraton Solo has inseparable from other place, yeah. So we think that Kiai Slamet, they get a special honor from people also because the place of Keraton Solo, because Keraton is a very sacredness place, yeah, in Solo, yeah. And the third conclusion is the characteristic of Buffalo Kiai Slamet, which is perceived by people in Solo, because Kiai Slamet is a white buffalo, so they have to make a sexual intercourse between the generation of Kiai Slamet. This is really different what theory that it's forbidden for the totem anima to do a sexual intercourse among them. But what happened to the Kiai Slamet, it's different. You know, so we can find the different things from Kiai Slamet with other totemism. Yeah. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah.
Include environment responsibility and business ethics, long-term growth. Next. The concept of mudharabah. The concept of mudharabah is one investment partnership which one party provides capital investor or sahibul mal, and other party manage of capital. The party providing of capital not active in managing business and only act as the owner of the capital. Profit and loss sharing. Profit is impossible because we must, if agreement between Sahibul Mal, because how much do you want from profit? Can 25%, 75%, or 50%, or 50%? The participation of equity owners usually do not have active role in managing the business funded by Mudharabah investment. They only provided capital and monitor business development. The concept of Mudharabah, capital manager participant, capital manager who is also known as Mudharib, has the responsibility to manage the business according to Sharia principle. Term, waktu. Mudharabah can have certain period of time without a certain time limit, depending on the agreement between the parties involved. Finance and ethics. Mudharabah based on the principle of fairness, social responsibility, and good business ethics. As Mudharabah recommends, there are conditions that must be met to carry out Mudharabah investment. For example, business must be run according to Sharia principle, and profit sharing must be clear and fair. This some concept. Next, history of Mudharabah. When beginning of Mudharabah? Actually, beginning of commerce about Mudharabah, concept Mudharabah first implementation trading practice from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So between Muhammad Rasulullah sallam and Khadijah, implementation about Mudharabah implemented before marriage. And after that, growth during the Caliphate, during the Islamic Khalifah. So Khalifah continue about concept Mudharabah. Then Sharia regulation, the concept of Mudharabah and the participants government becoming increasing start Islamic law and Sharia legislation. Definition of sustainable investment, integrated approach, positive impact, and accountability. Next. The relationship between Sharia investment and sustainable investment. Share interest in sustainable principle. For instance, of haram investment emphasis on social justice. Sharia investment principle include the concept of social justice and more equitable distribution. Next, conclusion. Mudharabah has characters. Sharia compliance. Mudharabah adheres to Sharia principles such as the prohibition of usury and investment in business that are against Islamic value. Sharing the Mudharabah model encourages sharing between the party investing and party managing funds. Next. Sustainable investment in the context of sustainable investment, Mudharabah can be used to support projects and have positive environment. Financing small and medium enterprise, Mudharabah can also be used to finance small and medium enterprise to recover capital. This can help in local economy development and create jobs. Oversight and transparency, Mudharabah investment requires a high level of oversight and transparency. This means that investing parties have better access to information about how their funds are used. Next. Thus, Mudharabah of the relevant and sustainable Islamic investment can support finance objective while complying with Islamic principle. and making a positive contribution to society and the environment. For investors who wish combine Islamic value with sustainable investment, mudharabah is an option with consideration. And Alhamdulillah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for your presentation. Okay, we have last presenter. May I invite Mr. Umar Hakim? Can you hear? Okay. Umar Hakim. Okay, it's not here. Okay. The last presentation about me. The last topic of the.
I want to give some conclusion. The first, the need for patronization on science in the Islamic world. So if we want the country, go in a funds and also grow their science, they should give some financial support to the scientists, or maybe to some students by giving more scholarships, especially to Kruk University, and then to give some scholarship to Islamic College, for example. And then the last one, the need to establish wakaf to promote science. Wakaf means charitable endowment, that some foundation can grow the financial support to give the student or to give some scientists to grow some knowledge. And if it happens, I believe that Islam will grow and can stand with the West civilization and the Far East Asian country civilization. So I think it is not impossible to say that Islam will come back. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Very nice presentation, and you give the kind of confidence in our youth how science is important and what was our especially Islamic word was there. And before I open the forum for the questions, anyone else? Then I will give my own observation. Very interesting, and in very first class I teach them, and one line I tell them what is important between north, south, global north and global south. Okay, so please, anyone has any question, please, for him? All is clear, my students? Sorry? Yes, we go. But it's a very interesting topic, and some extent, and what I want to say, just few minutes, my own observations. Global north is better than global south, and global south majority are Muslims, and global north because of developed because of global south. Through your presentation, because as far as human resource and natural resource is concerned, they are developed because they rule global south for the natural resource. And as far as the human resource is concerned, as far as science and knowledge is concerned, they borrowed from Arab. And they know, as you mentioned about in your topic, Al-Biruni, and British came, especially Western colony came because of Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni wrote a book, Kitabul Hind, and Arab were the traders. And they trade to Western world, then they know where is India is about, what is the importance of India. So they learn from these Arab scholars. And of course, science and technology, they not invent all, because as you mentioned about India, India is the inventor of zero. But they use this inventor of the zero, and now is a technology. So I think they utilize and give the global south in the bad shape and global north. So what I said, my student, intellectual integration of the human being is very important. What we are missing in the global south. We have a power, we have everything, but we don't have intellectual integrity, and they are diverse, they have intellectual integrity, that is why they rule us and they are progress. So this is why, very important, very nice presentation and very good topic, and this is a very revival of our old tradition of Islamic civilization. What we are rich, you can say rich Islamic civilization. So now we have another presenter. If he is here, Ismail Musa? No? Okay. And Mr. Hannan? Okay. Okay, please. So you will be last. Okay.
Oh, you also. Okay. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, respected presenter and our beloved student. Here I would like to present a very simple and practical research. It is the activity in the classroom. So the title is Globalization and English Language Teaching in Curriculum Merdeka for Islamic Secondary School. Critical discourse analysis. So it's very simple, and go ahead. I have to save the time. Could you help me please? Next slide. Thank you. Globalization in English are inspirable instrumental factors to develop human interaction amid civilization in the world through education, especially in English language teaching. So we aware and we realize the importance of English in the current situation. English language is not only as means of global communication for human interaction in the world, but also transform the power, relation, and ideology of global discourse. So you see, the idea of globalization is not neutral, but there is some ideology and culture there. Next slide, please. Now, I would like to let you know what is Curriculum Merdeka. Some linguists translated like freedom curriculum or independent curriculum. It is now implemented in Indonesia since 2022. English as a compulsory subject in secondary school has constituted a major part of the independent curriculum. We call Curriculum Merdeka, since high level of English proficiency become a fundamental requirement to participate in worldwide trade, economy, industry, and education collaboration. So that's why it's still a basic and fundamental skill that must be learned by the student, especially in Islamic school in Indonesia. Next. So how is the issue of globalization in language teaching? So globalization through its elements of international aid has affected ELT, especially in Indonesia. So there are many institutions from the global international non-government and government organization in Indonesia, involvement in international strengthening English language teachers of Indonesia. And then in 1950, for example, the Ford Foundation helped secondary school teachers of English with training on theoretical knowledge and skill in ELT methodologies on developing teaching material. So now you know that in Indonesian, especially since 2022, that we have still English have a very important role in a school subject. So research question, I have two research questions. How are the discourse of globalization and language power discussed in ELT classroom? How does student of ELT construe the discourse of globalization and language power of the teachers? How teachers explain and narrate the globalization in English class? Next, please. So the objective is to identify the doors. I think it's similar. Go ahead, good, because we have to save the time. Now this is the research method that I employ in the class. So in critical discourse analysis is a field which is a way for linguists to discover the hidden ideology behind the simple word like globalization. So we have to see what is beyond the idea of globalization. And then the data of the research is a text. So I do some interview with the student. I mean, the teachers, I do interview with the student and teachers about globalization in ELT class. So the subject of the student are SMP Muhammadiyah plus Salatiga. A number of the students are 27 students. Now, actually there are many, but I shortcut. There are 6 questions, but I only elaborate. For example, the basic concept of globalization understood by the student is, for example, number 1, in your opinion, have you ever heard the word globalization? If you say yes, what do you think of globalization? So you see, so most of the students have various, almost 19%, 26 students from 27, the students say, terpikirkan tentang perubahan budaya dari tradisional ke modern. This the answer. And then pernah budaya luar yang masuk dalam negeri. Pernah perubahan budaya zaman dan pengetahuan, penyebaran budaya dan westernisasi also. This like the ideology of globalization. It means that try to observe the value of Western into Eastern culture. And then perkembangan zaman meliputi iptek. Next slide. Now, that is the most important. How is the power of a teacher to explain globalization and persuade the student? You see, 100%, 27 students get the correct and information of globalization from the teachers, but from the television or from the parents, from friends at home, only 26. And the last one, how is the power relation and the discussion and critical thinking from the student? The last question. Now, in your opinion, have you ever discussed about cultural difference in school? Please write briefly. So the concept of globalization is not only westernizing of the Western culture into Indonesian, but also at the same time the student critically to expand, not from local to global, not only accept but also to respond. So pernah tentang budaya dan keberagaman di Indonesia, misal seperti rumah adat. Still in globalization we still talk the local issue, and then we bring the local into the global. And then again pernah misal seperti menjaga sopan santun, and also even though Western culture come to Indonesian, but we still have Indonesian and Islamic school, we preserve our own culture, akhlak. And then the last, again pernah ibadah seperti salat duha, tahfidz, and this how to counter the globalization. Pernah again tentang perbedaan. And the interesting is there is, we know that we are different. And through the ideology of globalization, there is also opportunity to make a collaboration. That is a good point, I think. And the conclusion, this research discovers that globalization presented by teacher in the LT classroom of SMA Madya Plus they have a positive information. Yeah, even though misleading, but still 80%. And less informative, biased information is 80%. And there are 4% who respond as well as just to the discourse of globalization and how the student respond to globalization, not only take for granted, but it is like alarm or warning that we have to adjust and prepare with some skill, especially mastering communication technology. Thank you. And hopefully no question because we have to
we are running out of time. So now we have a next presenter, Mr. Dr. Mohammad Fazal bin Haji Abdul Khair. Please.
Yeah, because we have to be back at 4, right? Yes. Sorry. So we have a group photo of us. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll just take 4 minutes in order for us not to miss our meeting.
Yes.
Let me present it from here. I'm not going to present a specific slide, but this is based on my current research and initiative that I've been working with the UNESCO as well as the University of Victoria in British Columbia, Canada. We are introducing a concept called this knowledge for change UNESCO. You can Google anytime UNESCO knowledge for change, which is a concept that has been accepted by UNESCO Commission in Paris. It is a community-based participatory research approach. Since 2017, I've been left academic discussion alone. Normally, I've been engaging in kind of conferences that have equal participation of community members, industries, and academics. So we have hot debate, not just from academic perspective per se. So over here, there is 2 things over here. This is a community, excuse me, could you go up? This is a concept of the knowledge for change, and I've been applying one research under the knowledge, under the Bridging Knowledge Culture project with a community of indigenous people of Orang Asli in Malaysia, but you can read it from the whole article later. Over here, allow me to control it by myself, which is easier. Alright, what is knowledge for change? The concept is simple, that's why I'm asking one of our friends just now. Normally in academia, let's see what happened at Nahdlatul Ulama as our friend presented just now. We grow as an Islamic nation, as a university, not because of one-way communication from academia to community. It is a two-way collaboration. So we have two steps over here, which is the co-creation of knowledge, as well as knowledge democracy, where basically the knowledge is resided at the community and industries. So it basically becoming a very practical check and balance approach. They give it to us in order for us to come up with a practical knowledge that maybe we can share with the community. So this is the current trend, and it has been promoted quite actively by so many UNESCO houses around the globe that maybe we can start conducting at AIUA. Over here also I've been sharing the methodology of how the knowledge for change concept is basically taught around the globe. So this is, we have our house also in Indonesia at the Universitas Islam Negeri Sunan Ampel. They are following this and they are registering their KKN project under UNESCO, so we are working very close with them. At USIM, you know, the methodology at the end of the day, on top of the capacity building, we have a training program that we normally conduct training on community-based participatory research by include the instructors are not just academics, but also come from the community and industry partners. For example, in Malaysia, we are working closely with the local International Youth Council K4C Hub, which is also registered under UNESCO. Also, they help us on how to teach academics as well as students on how to engage the people in order to make them easy to understand. So there are 2 or 3 basic philosophy of K4C, which is number 1, we focus on the co-creation of knowledge. So we collaborate together to come up with a knowledge. Knowledge democracy means the knowledge is not only stored at the university, but it is shared widely. So we can find library at the community center, we can have community instructors in order to teach our own students, and at the end of the day, we support open access initiative, open science initiative at the global level. So in order to do this, USIM have been awarded with the status of Asia Knowledge for Change Hub by the UNESCO for this year, since we have been participated in the project since 2017. So we have all the names here, including some of the topics that we are going to discuss or share online to the whole world. So those who are participating in this concept, they will be given 14 weeks of access to USIM platform. So they learn all this community-based participatory research and knowledge democracy idea in these 21 weeks, taught by both academic as well as community instructors, with 10 days face-to-face residency that we normally organize across the globe. I attended myself in Arusha, Tanzania in 2019. So over here, and at the end of the day, we do some community-based project. We were going to publish it as usual, based on our project called this Bridging Knowledge Culture Project, to see the gap of knowledge between the indigenous people as well as the community people and the role of religious leaders. We published it in an article at Brill, UK, but of course, in order to make it, impactful to the people, we also produce some documentaries as well as podcasts. So we call the community leaders to come to share their own perspective on that particular knowledge in our own local language. So we just share the knowledge, not just academic publication. We use podcasts, and we also publish it by having some community documentary. This is some example, one short example of how we basically mobilize the knowledge from academia to the community, as well as we get the knowledge back from the community to the academia. At the end of the day, I believe at the fundamental level of how university works, this is basically how we make sure that the reciprocal activities of knowledge happen very actively within university as well as outside university. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So last but not least, Mr. Khalid. Okay, please, last. So try to in the brief as much as possible. We are getting late now. So
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, especially honorable the moderator and also committee and all of the researchers. My work is about the role of Shia figures and developments of Irfan, Islamic philosophy and humanities in Indonesia. This is not final yet because now I have also collect data about the movement of Shia in Indonesia. Shia is one of sects, Islamic sects, but until now, because the last Professor Sururin invited me to join in this conference, so I sent and submit the article about this my work. I'm a lecturer about the Islamic philosophy in Indonesia, and I want to see how the community of Shia in Indonesia influenced the study of Islamic philosophy. Okay, next. There are some books about the research about the Shia community in Indonesia. This is some people some person, some researcher is very famous, especially Diki Sofian, Professor Zulkifli, and Keiko Sakura. This is from Japan, from the one university famous, I forget about the university, and Chiara Permisi. Chiara Permisi from Sweden. This is he says a researcher, and also she was lecturer in U.S. National University in Singapore. And now I found that maybe 400 research about the community of Shia in Indonesia. Okay, next. There is the different view about the Shia in Indonesia, about the Muslim, the enters Muslim in Indonesia. The first, like Professor Azumardi Azra and Hamka, they said that the first Islamic coming to Indonesia is Ahlus Sunnah wal Jamaah. But the others, historians like Abu Bakar Aceh, Ali Hashmi, and also one Azmi Hussein, they said that the first Islamic coming to Indonesia from Gujarat is Shia Madhab. Next, there is the one of the kingdoms, the Perlak kingdoms, is all kingdom in Indonesia in Aceh. Was their mazhab is Shia Imamiyah. But they have some conflicts with the Sunni Shafi'i followers, and after that the kingdoms are under control of Sunni Shafi'i. Okay, next. And we know this is Indonesia is the most population Muslim country in the world. Maybe now to 130 millions. The people of Indonesia is Muslims, and the majority is Ahlus Sunnah wal Jamaah with the Mazhab Shafi'i. But I found that three steps of the entrance Shia in Indonesia. The first step is the first time Islam coming to Indonesia, and the second step, when the Ba'alawi is coming from the Yaman, came to Indonesia, especially as Al-Muhdar family. When they found the Al-Muhdar family in Indonesia, there is a family, Shia family. And the third step, after revolution in Iran, they're coming and they translate books more. I think I found that more than 1,330 books, a total of about the Islamic philosophy, about the Sufism or Irfan, and also about the Shia, they translate to Indonesian language. And also some the intellectual Muslim, they also make some book about the Shia. Some of the figure Shia, this like Jalaluddin Rahmat, the passed away in the pandemic, and also Haidar Bagir, he's a founder of the Mizan publisher, and Umar Sahab now is a leader of one of organization Shia in Indonesia, EBI, and also Muslim Labib is one of intellectual Muslim in Indonesia, and others. Now they make some works about some institution about the Islamic philosophy and also about the Tasawwuf, Sufism. The works, I want to see how there makes an influence in Indonesia about this topic, especially about the Islamic philosophy and about the Sufism. And they have some college, and also now they have some publicists. Also they have some center of discussion about the Islamic philosophy, and also in some UI university they have some lecture about the Islamic philosophy graduate from the Iran. And now like the community of Shia, there is minority in Indonesia, like maybe 3 million people, but now they have two big organizations. One is IJB and the second is EBI, Ahlul Bayt Indonesia. They work very hard about this theme about the Islamic philosophy and also about the Irfans, and some students study about that, and also they make influence the also again next some books, some the Islamic philosophers. Okay, next, because yeah, okay, next. This is some scholars in Shia community like Hussein Al-Habshi, Jalil Rahmat, Haidar Bagir, Mashab, and the Muhsin Labib. Okay, next. This is some books. Some books they translate, or also they wrote that some books about the philosophy and about the Shia and about all the themes of the Sufism. So they build the Institute of Studies and Education in Mutahari in Bandung, also Sasha Fisker in Jogja. They have Oslo Islamic College for Arabic Studies with the cooperation with Paramadina University in Jakarta, and also some school. Yeah. Okay, next. Yeah, this is in Yogyakarta. They have some institutes, Rausan Fikr Institute. Okay, next. Okay, this is some. Okay. This is some reference. Yeah. So this is not final yet, but until now, I found that maybe 300 research about the Shia community in Indonesia. They are minority, but they're very active in Indonesia. There is some conflict with the Al-Sunnah, but in Indonesia we have two foundations, Islamic organization, big organizations, Muhammadiyah and Nahdlatul Ulama. Their keep in Indonesia is moderation. So Alhamdulillah, the condition is okay in Indonesia, and conflict like the Middle East. but we found that CR movement is very hard now. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. You take a very important aspect, particularly for Indonesia. So because of time, so we cannot discuss more. So thank you everyone, and thank you the all 8 presentators who taken very important topic from various aspects related to cultural and religious. So before we leave from this room, I would like to invite each one of you, please have a group photo, which is a demand from the organizer. Okay, so group photo we can be sit here and stand here all together, and also okay that place also. I request to all the students also, because if you do not in the picture, you will not get the attendance and some marks. Okay, please.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I think our panel discussions is already over. May I call on the presenters, on participants, on those who attend for the today discussions, please come to the International Hall and be seated at International Hall. We have going to present the certificate for every presenter. I think that we have a lot of contributions in the various aspects in terms of economic, social, and cultural integrations. And I wish that after we receive your full papers, we will have another reviews of the committees of this conference and the committees of editings of our proceedings. And then we are looking forward to publish our article in a very short time. So we are looking forward to get your cooperations and also try to approach to the AIUA that we have, I think, 2 journals that would be selecting some of good papers from our conference to be published in the AIUA journal. So which that are on today discussions on the paper that we have contributed today will be a part of AIUA journal as well. So may I call everyone to come back to the International Hall for certificate presentations. May I welcome Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song, Deputy Director General from the Department of South Asia, Middle East and African Affairs for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That he already with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your accepting our invitations, and he's always kind support our university since we have been established. So just a few moments, we are waiting everyone to come back at our conference hall. So I don't want to miss anyone in the closing ceremony and the certificate presentations. We have very honored to welcome our honorables, Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song, that going to present a certificate to every presenter of the today's conference. So may just announce that for the presenter in the room number room number 1208. Section 1 on the sections of economic business integration. Please be ready on the right hand side. The moderator of the session is Professor Dr. Antaf Sheikh Muhammad Antafur Rahman, Vice Dean of School of Global Study from Thammasat University. So everyone, please be ready for certificate presentations. May I request everyone to come back?
Okay, right now we're gonna be start so soon. So may I request everyone come to our conference in the seat right now, because in the after this we will give about certificate to everyone who join and publication international conference with us today. And today we have 5 sections about the presentation. The first, the room number 1 in the section 1, the presentation session, section on the academic and business integration, and the moderator assistant Professor Dr. Sheikh Muhammad. And the room number 2, the presentation section on academic and business integration. And also moderator is Dr. Smith Iso, our lecturer of International Islamic College, Bangkok. And the room number 3, presentation section in political and social integration. The monitor is the Associate Professor Dr. Sukri Lampute.
Yes.
And the room number 4, presentation section on the political and social integration. Moderator Ajahn Sarihan Kwan Kawin, the lecturer of International Islamic College, Bangkok. And the last one, the room number presentation section on the religion and cultural integration. Moderator is Dr. Muhammad Fahim, lecturer, Pradi Pranom Yong, International College, Thammasat University, Bangkok.
Yes, thank you very much. So
Yes.
I think that we have a lot of a session, almost 5 sessions today.
Yes.
So a lot of discussion just over. And now I think that we are coming to the certificates presentations. Now may I invite Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song, Deputy Director General from the Department of South Asia, Middle East, and African Affairs. Please be on the stage for presenting the certificate to our presenter today.
Yes.
And now may I call a presentation from room number 102. The first one, may I call Mr. Romy Adityo Setiawan, who presenting on towards sustainable development, exploring the nexus of Islamic microfinance literacy and rural poverty alleviation using the theoretical model.
Congratulations for your presentation today. Yeah.
Next, may I call Aiman Sahani Abdul Halim from Brunei Darussalam. She presented on consumer need on halal cosmetic in Brunei Darussalam.
Congratulations.
อาจารย์แล้วก็ชื่อผมเลือกให้หน่อยแล้วก็นะ
The next one, Dr. Bandit Araman. The title is the Developing the Capacity of the Muslim Community in Phra Nakhon Si Ayutthaya District for Supporting Halal Tourists. Congratulations. Do everything in the same time. Yeah, congratulations of him. Next one, may I invite Dr. Smith Esau.
He is also presenting on introducing of the halal signs, halal scene of Thailand.
The next one, Ajahn Sarawutและ Son. The title of the presentation is Islamic Business Quality Management Strategy. Congratulations.
And the next one, Chariyada Chantarangsi, please, who presenting on innovations in the growth of business groups for the tourism industry.
Next one, may I invite Rohana Farida.
She is also presenting Guru Sikampong teachings and analysis of Islamic economic principles.
Congratulations.
And may I ask room number 2400, room number 2400, please be standby. May I call first one, Nasira Jul Gifli, please. And the next one, Kasmarat Maklulim. Kasmarat Maklulim. And next one, Sarihan Kwan Kawin. And the next one, Siti Hania Tunisa. And the other ones, may I call Muhammad Juni Bendu. Yes, please, Muhammad. And please stand by room number 1217 on the session of social integrations. May I call first one, Faisal Muttaqin. And the next one, Muhammad Nasri Muhammad Hussein. Professor Muhammad Nasri Muhammad Hussein. And the next one, Irma Rahmawati. Next one, Sururin. Sururin, yes. And the next one, Risa Saputra. And next one, Professor Wan Sulaiman bin Wan Yusuf. Professor Wan Sulaiman. Okay. So room number 2401 on the sections of social integrations, may I call Imam Makfudis first. And the next one, Isriani Hardini. Isriani Hardini. Isriani Hardini, yes. And the next one, Ibra Rosalina. Please. And next, may I call Abdul Awan Sidi. And the last one for these groups, วิทยาพยายาม So the next session is cultural integration sessions. First, Diane Indriani. And the second one, Andy Rahman. The next one, Hassa Min Fatli Rabbi. Saliha Idris. Saliha Idris. Saliha Idris. And the next one, Lukman Hakim. Lukman Hakim, please. And may I call Hammam, Dr. Hammam. And the next one, Mahasa Abdul Muttalib. And the last one for the today's session, Khalid Anwalid. Khalid Anwalid. He just landed today, I think. And now may I request Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song, Deputy Director General, Department of South Asia, Middle East and African Affairs for closing remark, please.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Department of South Asian, Middle East and African Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, It gives me great honor to be here today with you to present you the certificate. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is pleased to have a very proactive engagement with KRIRK University and wishes to congratulate the university for its initiative in international collaboration and engagement with the Islamic world. I would also like to express my personal appreciation for the visionary of KRIRK University. Even before the normalization of our diplomatic relation with Saudi Arabia last January, the university has established the professional and academic networks with the kingdom already, and which leading to the public and private institution to contribute to the strengthening of people-to-people relations. I also recently learned with much pleasure that the students who received the scholar from Masharik, they have traveled to Saudi Arabia and they have served the pilgrim during Hajj. And I personally take pride in being one of the selection committee on that. So congratulations also for the students who have received the scholarship from Masharik. Also, it's even more rewarding to learn that the university is closely working with King Salman Global Academy for Arabic Language to further develop the teaching of Arabic language in Thailand. Today's conference is an outstanding example how to enhance understanding about the integration of Islam in the modern world. I congratulate every one of you for the important and fruitful deliberation today. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Thailand has always strived to have a good relation with all the Islamic world, with all the Islamic nations. The principle is guided by the Thailand firm belief that we have the peaceful and interfaith coexistence. We also have socio-cultural integration, and also it's guaranteed by the Constitution of Thailand for the people to practice their religion freely in the kingdom. Allow me to highlight some of the diplomatic achievements during the past few years. As I mentioned, on the 25th of January last year, the Prime Minister of Thailand has paid an official visit to Saudi Arabia to normalize the relations, which has been on hold for more than 32 years. And with that, Thailand and Saudi Arabia has appointed our ambassador to our respective capitals. The direct flights has been established between Thailand and Saudi Arabia. A few flights weekly turn into many flights daily. And last year we have entertained nearly 100,000 Saudi tourists coming to visit Thailand. And this year we anticipate to entertain some 150,000 Saudi tourists coming to visit Thailand, whether in Bangkok or in Phuket. Bilateral trade with Saudi Arabia also jumped to 10 billion US dollars last year. On the economic front, Thailand has enjoyed robust economic relation with all the Muslim countries, especially the Middle Eastern countries. With the Muslim countries alone, we have two-way trade at around 40 billion US dollars last year, and this mainly come from the GCC countries, around 89% of them. Thailand has always been a source of food security to the a lot of number of the Muslim nations, while the Middle East has provided Thailand with the energy security. The Thailand has prided itself into be the leaders in halal industry. We has been recognized worldwide as the high quality of halal food, the innovation, and the compliances with the Islamic laws. We have export many products that Thailand has produced, like canned fruit, fresh meat, chicken, rice, cooking sauce, and juices to many countries around the world, especially to the Middle Eastern countries. And of course, we are one of the most well-known medical hub in the region. So we entertain a lot of visitors who come for medical checkup in Thailand, and more than 470,000 of them are from the Muslim countries. With regard to the bilateral cooperation in education, scientific research, and innovation between Thailand and Islamic world, I note with satisfaction that the Middle East has been the hub of civilization in the past, and today the Middle East is still the hub for the education and scientific technology and innovation today. For the Thai Muslim students, in Egypt we have more than 2,500 Thai Muslim students who are studying social science, among others. We have more than 500 Thai students in Saudi Arabia. They study in Riyadh, Medina, and Mecca. And also the Saudi government has granted more than 50 scholarships to Thai students. Kuwait also granted scholarship in petrochemical engineer, while Qatar provide pre-university scholarship in elementary and secondary school. This is, of course, in line with the bio-circular green BCG economy of Thailand, and also in line with the visions of many Middle Eastern countries, for example, the Saudi Vision 2030. Thailand and Islamic world, particularly the Middle East, has encouraged mutually beneficial cooperation like green and renewable energy, health, halal science, tourism and hospitality, and sustainable agriculture. On the multilateral level, Thailand has enjoyed the relation with the many Muslim organizations, namely the Muslim World League. The Secretary General of Muslim World League visited us last year in February, and the Secretary of the OIC just visited Thailand last month. They have witnessed firsthand the multicultural society of Thailand, and whereby the communities have lived in harmony regardless of their ethnicity or race or faith or religion. Both the Secretary General of Muslim World League and the Secretary General of the OIC have praised Thailand as the role model for the multicultural society, and which is a testament of the importance of alliance of civilization in modern era. Additionally, Thailand has been proud to be the observer in OIC. We are very excited to open a new chapter with OIC with what we call the strategic trilateral development partnership, where we train, we offer our expertise to the OIC member countries, like in Africa, the fish farming or the solar energy oven or the prosthetic leg. Apart from that, we are ready to cooperate with the OIC countries in education, healthcare, agriculture, and sustainable development. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the conference today is another testament of the multifaceted qualities of Islam. As we learn today from distinguished speakers that Islam cherishes critical thinking and continuous production of knowledge. Islam is continuously evolving and adaptive to new challenges. Islam welcomes diversity, plurality, and interfaith coexistence. And most importantly, Islam encourages us to work together locally and internationally. Once again, I congratulate you all on this academic collaboration between the Thai academic and Islamic scholars. I hope to see more exchanges of best practices, ideas, and knowledge, particularly in Islamic wisdom, in the integration of the Islamic world in the contemporary era like today, in the future. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song. Can you please be on the stage for a while? May I invite Ajahn Ampon Kamvilai, Assistant to the Chairman of KRIRK University, to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Sek Nop Thai Song, Deputy Director General from the Department of South Asian, Middle East and African Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
And also after this, we would like to invite all of you to bring your certificate to take photo together today.
And now may I invite everyone, every presentations, every paper presenters, rectors, vice chancellors, everyone who participate the first international of the Islamic conference of IICB to be on the stage for our last photo sessions.
Yes.
And for our closing sessions today. May I invite everyone, professor, lecturer, rectors, deputy rectors, to be on the stage taking a last group photo along with our Deputy General from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, faculty members, and also I would like our student to be sitting, in the front of the stage. Our student from ASEAN study, we have a student from Myanmar, we have a student from Indonesia, we have a student from Saudi Arabia that join our session today. So thank you very much for everyone that working so hard for our first international conference of the IICB or International Islamic College Bangkok. So everyone have to be seated.
Yeah,
Students, just a moment. This would be a wonderful picture. Students have to be sitting in the front. Please, everyone who pay your full dedications for this conference, please, everyone from behind, please come in the front.
It's okay, you join.
So everyone requested. Everyone please join our photo session.
Could you please move a little bit for like 3 person from the back, because it's like over in the frame. So yeah, can you move a little bit? Thank you. ได้ไหมคะ This is okay.
الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط.
And say yay! Today is the last day. Yay! And could you show about your certificate? Did you bring it? Yeah. Yes.
Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations, all of you.
And we are, sincerely thankful for all supporters. I really thank for AIUA, the Andaman Technologies, Chulalongkorn University, our students, our faculty fellows, our KRIRK University staff, They pay full support for our international conference today.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, today we have already, almost finished, and we have a gathering of all teams. We are appreciated for your hard
Also,
working.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Assalamu
much.
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Wabillahi
Congratulations.
taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
On behalf